Nice knowing y'all, man.
I'm glad you got it. Ryan, we made this decision, all right? No, I'm dead ass. I want you to know that nothing personal. Let's finish this one. Sure.
Hi, can I call you for a chat?
Hey guys, welcome to Little Black Book 91. Listen, I said I'll be back. I've kept to my promise. I said I'll be back and I'll discuss this with my boy Sean. Listen, obviously I've got him involved, boy. This season has been a bit crazy. I know a lot of you guys had your opinions. Don't worry, Wednesday night we're back with another one where we'll be talking about Love Island, and you will have your chance to have your say. So make sure you guys are following us or subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Wednesday night we will be live and allowing you guys to have your say. Last week we had one great conversation, and this week we'll have another one on Wednesday night. I think it was 9 p.m. we had it CST last time, so we'll be back there again. But I'm today joined by Sean as well. We won't be here for too long, so make sure you guys are tuned in real quick, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. We got to about this betrayal, man. This was crazy. We got to about betrayal, man. Jeremiah got done dirty. Nick's a follower. Amaya needs to chill. Ace gotta go. Okay, all right. There ain't no real couples on this particular episode. It's just a whole bunch of hogwash and a nonsense. But you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a back seat because I done my rant, and I need to rant later on tomorrow as well. Okay, I don't want to ruin my voice. But let me get my boy in. Sean, talk to me, man. This episode, crazy. Betrayal, pain, hurt, all of it, man. You know what I mean? So, whew, baby, talk to me. What was your thoughts on this episode, man? Oh, can you hear me? Okay. I think you're a little bit delayed, or maybe I'm delayed. What's your thoughts on this episode? Oh, you can't hear me? Well, your internet is bugging. I can't hear you, but don't worry. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted, boy. There you go. Wait, you have to mute yourself again. We're having technical difficulties, guys. It's late, so he's having technical difficulties. You need to unmute yourself, Sean. It keeps unmuting and unmute. It keeps going back off and unmute, bro. Your system is crashing, bro. Well, we're back in a second, guys. Hold on. You definitely gonna give a. There we go. You're on now. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Go for it. I can hear you, but your internet be bugging a little bit, isn't it? Don't tell me you can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Oh, now I was like, what the hell is going on? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can hear you, bro. I can hear you. You was bugging out.
Some freaking it was a setup.
Yeah, you said this. I don't know what you, boy.
Ace done, he don't want to
set you up for the fail.
Say that's what it is.
He don't set you up for the fail.
Exactly.
He don't set you up for the fail.
I don't know. You think I should restart?
No, you're good, man.
It's delayed.
Oh, you hear me? It's delayed.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
God, you're good anyway.
Are we like? Yeah, man. It was. I was brokenhearted. You know, broken freaking hearted. I can't believe they sent Jeremiah back. You know, and I know Ace was behind the whole thing. You know, and that just really that just pissed me off big time, because what the hell? And it's like, who do we have left to root for at this point? I guess we could low-key root for Ace and Shelly. Ace seems like he likes her now, you know, or his boundaries that he put in place are, you know, being respected. And but I think Nick is a hater. Nick is a hater too. But I really think that they could have let Pepe go. They could have let Austin go. But freaking Jeremiah, they hating on him because he had that steamy connection with Adriana. They kissed, and all the fellas was hating. So that just made me mad, bro. Made me I'm steaming.
No, yeah, I can't lie. It's a tough one still. What's your perspective then for boys, for the man them and their behaviors then? Because obviously as men, this is something that we don't necessarily like doing, right? It's like, you know, as men, we're supposed to support each other. You know, if a man goes out, gets with a girl, whatever, regardless of whether you like it or not, you respect it, you respect the connection. So what's your thoughts in terms of like, you know, like how the men have been moving during the season? Because I believe this is not how men should be moving, personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is low key. You know, I think Ace wants to be the baddest B, and anybody that steps in the way, he's gonna try to eliminate them. And he sees Jeremiah as a big threat. I'm not cool with any of this. It's like if Adriana was feeling him, then let it be. You know, and they were having a genuine, authentic connection. What you want him to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he supposed to do? You know, he's forming genuine connections, and I think he's like, you know, he's like a lover boy. So, you know, when he gets with a girl, he's gonna be caking. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be cheering him on. You know what I mean? Like, and if you are interested, then you grab her, and you grab her for a chat. You know, and sit down and talk and see if she's interested in you. But other than that, sending him home was whack. You know, he got off Huda rather, I'm sorry. And, you know, he moved on. They made a whole big thing about that, was, you know, ganged up on him pretty much and told him he was wrong. But, and then, you know, gathered all up together to get rid of him. Ace is just trying to get the big payout at the end. And he knows that if Jeremiah is around, whether it's Adriana or another girl, he's going to be caked up because he's a ladies' man. So Ace was like, nah, I want to be the baddest B, so I'm getting rid of him. And I don't like that. And then Nick talking about, I'm your best friend in real life. You know, I'm going to see you outside of this. Bro, cut the crap. I don't want to see you. Beat it. You know? Beat it. Piss me off.
Yeah, it was a betrayal. I can't even lie to you. Like, and I think obviously for Mandem, that for me was like disappointing, isn't it? To see how the men just like collapsed, you know, and you know, yeah, collapsed and didn't necessarily support Jeremiah. And you know, it's interesting, even during the conversation when it said at the end when they were talking about who they're going to choose, you know, they're just subtle shots there. You know what I mean? And to see that they turned on him. I'm not surprised they turned on him, but I'm obviously it's sad to see that they turned on him, but then still have the guts and the goal to have the conversation after, like, we're just cool, like, oh, it wasn't nothing personal. It's like, but it was something personal because like you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? He had a connection, right? You broke the first one down. You said him and Huda can't be together. All right, cool, right? But he's now got a connection with this young lady, and as he's developed the connection, you guys are saying that this ain't it, you know. And Nick's been a little bit of a hater, and it's like, what did you want him to do? Like you said, bro. But not just that. I think it's just a case of, as men, we can't be hating on a brother because he's a good-looking dude. Do you know what I mean? I just think that for me is low down, dirty, and kind of just like cornball behavior, man. To get pressed about another man and his movements when we all have our own lane we're trying to go into. That for me is where it's like, oh, I'm not really feeling that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, at least be real about it, you know? And I guess he can't say, well, I'm trying to make it to the end. I want to get paid. But at least don't start nitpicking. Oh, you're too booed up. You're always caked up with a woman. It's Love Island. It's Love Island. That's what you're supposed to be doing. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And I'm just mad that production kept Huda because Huda needed to go. What connection does she have? Why are we keeping her around and then trying to say America chose? America's vote ain't had nothing to do with none of this. Production is all involved. Because if America was really involved, then y'all should have said whoever America voted the last person, then let them go. Not, oh, we get to the bottom 3 and now the House gets to choose. Okay, we know when you say the House gets to choose. I've seen the clips. I'm all invested. I see them across TikTok and X. We see production stopping, telling them, don't say this, don't do that. I'm pissed because there was no way. Y'all gonna keep Huda and get rid of Jeremiah. Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did they do that at? And at least, you know, this would have been better. I thought they were going to have the opposite people do the elimination. Because if you're going to have the people eliminate, it should be the women eliminating the men and the men eliminating the woman, because that's who your connection is going to be. Why I'm getting eliminated by a dude? I'm not here for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here for you. I don't care what Ace thinks. Ace thinks I swear he gets on my nerves. He thinks he's every time I see him show up on my screen, I hear Trina's, I'm the baddest, you know? I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him and his boundaries and, you know, I'm not ready. You know what I'm saying? Amaya, you know, what do you call your, you know what I'm saying? What do you call your significant others? Oh, I call them babe. Yeah, that's too much. Cut it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought that was whack. You know, like he just agitates me so bad. Oh man, he just gets under my skin, and he always thinks he knows exactly how everything is going. Just get out of here, freaking angry troll. He makes me so upset, bro. When I tell you, he grinds my gears. That guy.
No, listen, I'm not against that. I'm with you, bro. It's annoying. And it's funny. Someone said, obviously, did you catch the end when they all huddled and he had his hand over him? Yeah, I think I don't know if Jeremiah moved or whatever, but yeah, it was just really weird. I don't know what Nick was doing, but again, like I said, both Nick, Ace, and Taylor, they're all inauthentic people. Okay. The inauthentic people, because like I said, you can play the game, but you know what, we always say that there's an honor amongst thieves. There's a way to play a game that in this instance it's not necessary, right? But because some people want to win so bad, they're willing to reduce integrity in order to get the win. And so this was an opportunity in a moment to throw out one of their competitors who was actually playing the game as I believe correctly, by choosing a girl, liking them, locking in, and then was like, I'm going to do my thing. So to see that that they haven't rewarded him for that, but rather punished him for that, again, just kind of shows the disregard and the disrespect. For me, I wasn't with it. I was like, you know, Ace moving mad, Nick moving mad, Taylor moving mad, and it become this little triplet crew. And I'm like, but you know that Taylor wasn't even really feeling Olandria, you know? And Nick just told you that he's playing a little bit around. He wants to try and explore, even though him and Sierra are pretty cool. You ain't gonna hold him out?
Yeah, I just think I peeped, you know, how diabolical Ace was when he talked all that crap about Huda at the last elimination, but then stood behind her when they sent Jalen home. That's when I knew. I'm like, bro, you could have used the little power you have and influence to sway those votes to Jalen, and you could have stood as a fellow dude. There was no reason for you to stand behind freaking Huda. Then he wanted to try to write it off and say, oh, I wanted to back up Taylor. What? Wasn't Taylor standing behind Jalen, if I'm correct? It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're just making up things. So I didn't like it. You know, I didn't like, Taylor, you know, delivering the message. He's whack at the end of the day. Them little pecks. The only time he shows Alandria affection is during the challenges. Whenever they have their little kisses, he pecks her like a freaking woodpecker. Peck, peck. He doesn't like her. He's not attracted to her. And I need her to wake the heck up too, because we know good and hell well she don't want to live on no farm when they had that conversation. Yes, I could see myself as a country girl. You're lying. You're lying. Not true. They have zero sparks. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. Nick is fake. You know, I don't know where he thinks he can barely last 25 seconds with Sierra. he gonna get with Adriana. It's gonna be a nanosecond with that baddie, you know. And she's not even thinking about him. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even thinking about him. So I don't know who else he thinks he's going for. And I think Sierra, I like her. She seems pretty smart. I think she's already hip to him. She's like, yeah, and she's such a straight shooter. I just love the way she communicates, bro. Because she told him, she was like, this is not what I was expecting to hear. Yeah, because he tried to like drop that on her, like, oh, he's having some profound conversation. You know, I just want to be honest. No, bro, you're playing. And now you're trying to spread your options because you see the next thing coming. And now you want to jump on her train. Guess what? I hope you're up for elimination next time after Casa Amor. And I hope she clips you because Adriana is going to curb you. She's going to curb you, bro. She's ticked that they let, Jeremiah go. And freaking Austin, I'm ready to see him gone. I'm sick of him. He's another game player over here talking about, you know, Amaya gave him every chance. She came to him. Listen, she's chaotic. I'm not going to pretend like her energy isn't chaotic, but she's such a sweet girl. She's pretty. She's genuine, you know? And he's like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. What did she do to you, bro? Did she throttle you? Like, is she throttling you in bed? No, she's a little baby here. Like, if you like somebody, those things, am I wrong? Am I crazy here? If I like a girl and she's babying me, Ashanti got a whole song about it. Baby, 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 baby. We like that, okay? So I need Austin to knock it off. You know, he's full of crap. He's MAGA. You know, so there's all of that. I'm sick of him. He just needs to go. And then he tried to pretend like, oh, I'm tired of this love triangle with Shelly. You know, that's what he was saying a couple episodes ago. Bro, then do something about it. Do something about it. Stop with your meditation and your crazy, stupid yoga. Do something about it. You know, I'm a really deep thinker, you know. I'm really deep in that capacity. Well, you slept with 108 women plus. And now you don't know what to do. You don't know how to navigate women. Stop the cap. Either you're lying about that number or you just really don't like Shelly. You didn't like Shelly, but you just was in it for the plot to keep you on. Because it's like, bro, I'm telling you, he's looking for any shot to try to get with one of the YT women. You know, if he had a shot with Hannah, a shot with well, Hannah give anybody a shot. So Pepe's not. Well, Pepe. No, is Pepe gone? No, Pepe's still here, but Hannah is gone. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Well, he missed the shot with Hannah. Maybe he could try with Iris. I don't know. But Iris seems pretty keen on the new guy, TJ. So there's that.
Listen, I definitely hear you on this, man. I mean, it's a shame about the Maya situation. I mean, she got done dirty by both Ace and Austin right now. But yeah, no, I think I think obviously the situation, you know, with even Amaya and Austin is a shame. It's a shame, really, because she really does look like a cool girl, but she just does too much for Austin. And like you said, I think if Austin really liked her, he wouldn't mind. Problem is, he doesn't like her like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't like her like that. So that's why it becomes difficult to actually do what he needs to do. That's why it becomes difficult to be able to get close to her. You know, I think he's obviously got some trauma there as well because, you know, clearly he was happy to chase after Shelly, but not necessarily chase after Amaya in this case. In fact, he wants to get rid of her. So it's quite interesting to see that aspect. But yeah, no, this episode, yeah, they definitely want to send him to the gulag. I can't even lie to you. You know. What about TJ and Huda? Because obviously Huda has obviously left the poor girl. You know, she's still feeling Jeremiah and had to literally navigate the fact that TJ didn't want her either. Political.
Yeah, I felt bad for her in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, this is how badly he was not interested in her. he didn't even know, like, this was like, usually what happens is you are vying, especially as a bombshell, you're new. So you're trying to make as many connections and solidify as many connections with people so you can potentially get them to keep you around. He was like, I don't care. I just want to have this conversation with you, let you know it's not it. And then Huda was trying to soften the blow. It's like, oh, I'm not mad. He was like, okay. You can be mad. You can not be mad. I mean,
that's on you.
You can do whatever you want to do. It's your choice. But I just want to let you know what it is. You know, I was like, damn, nobody. I think, unfortunately, because everybody sees her previous engagement with Jeremiah and then how she crashed out, call him all types of names. No guy in their right mind is really going to want that unless they're just vying to just be there for no reason and just being fake. So I did feel bad for her in that moment because she was like, dang. Because she, the other day, earlier rather in the scene, she was chopping it up with everybody and was like, oh, you know, he said he's going to pull me and da-da-da-da-da. She's getting her sea legs because she's, you know, starting to do her thing. No, ma'am.
No,
not
bueno.
with TJ. You're in this by yourself.
I'm not swimming those waters.
Nope.
It was like, nope.
He was like, I'm getting sleepy. When they was talking the other day, he was like, can we continue this tomorrow? She's like, will you pull me? He was like, yeah, I'll pull you. And he certainly did. He said, I'll pull you, and then I'm going to pull this off because this is going.
You know, it's crazy out here because you're actually right, though. You know, I think he saw problems upon problems. And I think he saw that this is not going to work out for me. It's time for me to get away. But, you know, at the end of the day, the situation is a techie one. And it's interesting because obviously, like, she tried to make it work. She had to step on Hannah's toes. I mean, Pepe is free now. So will Pepe move to her now that obviously, you know, he hasn't got his girl anymore? Will she, you know, will she now get to a place where actually that she'll actually have Pepe in her roster again, because he's obviously lost the love of his life, and or just lost his island love, and now the situation with Huda, he's had to cancel that too. So, I mean, he canceled that earlier on, Pepe, but will he cancel it again? We'll have to wait and see. There may be an opportunity here for Huda and Pepe to kind of fake it to the end.
I don't think Pepe is interested in Huda. I mean, low-key, he wasn't all that pressed about Hannah. She was just a good time. You know what I mean? When they were saying goodbye and Hannah was doing her, you know, she was doing what she does. He was just like, all right, pat, 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 pat. He was just hunching on her.
Pack it up.
He was like, all this crying. 3 episodes ago, she was for Charlie. And then next second, she's pop, pop. And they doing you know, they hunching in the sheets. So I need her to cut it out. I need her to get it together. Come on. I understand, but you met Pepe 2 seconds ago. Cut the crap, sis. But she's off the island. So good. They did the right thing with Hannah. And this, going back to the boys, because you brought up a good point, right? Who was the bottom 3? It was Jeremiah, obviously. It was Austin, and wasn't it Pepe? Pepe, right? Was Pepe in the bottom 3, right?
Yeah.
It was Pepe. Yo, we would have to fight. I'm not physical, bro. I'm not. You know me. We would fight, bro. If you, me, and let's say Trey Mack were in Love Island, and then there was some new dude that came out of nowhere, and y'all conspire and vote me out, we're going to fight.
There's no friendship with that.
Sorry. Just off of
Don't call
GP.
me.
How forget Austin. All right. He's part of our OG crew. And I come in. I'm sorry. This is just I just started thinking about this.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. It's just an absolute betrayal.
Let Pepe stay? And then the reasoning is crazy because everybody's saying, you know, a couple of people are like, well, it's for the plot, you know, because they want to stay in, you know, they don't want anybody to be a threat. Well, come up with a better reason. Figure out your lie better, because if y'all are talking about he's so invested with Adriana and, you know, and then he's doing the same thing with Huda that he did with Adriana. First of all, no, you're lying. That's not true. They had no sparks. They actually were getting along. They like each other. It's Fiji. There's Love Island. What do you want him to do? Pull her to the side and sit in the library and read a book? It's like, cut the crap. So yeah, I'm over that. Y'all, that was you could have easily sniped off Pepe. Hannah left, Pepe left. Let them go. Let them go and play in the sand.
No, bro, you ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. Like I said, it was the betrayal of the friendship, man, and you know it was deadly vibes by the boys, you know, and it's a shame because Adriana, you know, it seemed like they were getting on very fine. Him and Adriana, they were both the same look wise. They were the hottest people there. Let's be honest. Maybe that's why they're hating on them, because even the kiss was haterish by the people there. I saw someone put in the chat. It's right. When they kissed, even Huda clapped her hands. Aces gathered the boys to have another meeting. Like, no one felt like they were happy for them kissing. Like, it just felt like hater raid from everybody in the villa. It's like, I don't know if they've come here to be in the villa or they've come here to make money, because honestly, no one's free from that allegation. No.
Yeah. It's like, they're playing a game, but they're just not playing it smartly. And you know, they are of this. It's low character, and it's low key, like real catty, the way that they're just being led around by Ace, and seeming to be like what he says, and then you know Nick is in there buzzing in the ear. It's like you need to hold on to Sierra. You got some making up to do, my dude. You got making up to do. You got to fix them 30 seconds. So if I were you, I would not be trying to move on, because I would want to redeem my reputation. Don't wear it like a badge of honor, bro. Clean it up, fix it up, and stop trying to spread yourself too thin. Because what you got? Austin is whining about Amaya to anybody that will listen. Meanwhile, and this is the part that really pisses me off about him, because Amaya came to you, you know, as chaotic as she can be, she's no dummy. She came to you and she was like, hey, I just want to make sure you're comfortable. She's low-key probably got PTSD from Ace and his freaking constant torment of this girl. So she comes to him, she talks to him, and he laughs at, you know, no, it's good. You know, I'm just adjusting. You know, I'm not used to anybody being into me, you know, like that. You know, but I like it. Reassures her. And then gets in the bed and talks to other people about how, you know, the other guys about how it's too much and he's overwhelmed. And you're also, what you do when you do that too, you're poisoning her from anybody else that might be thinking about having a connection with her too. Because now you're painting her in a negative light. Like she's doing too much. First Ace, now you. Yeah, Austin, I'm on to you. You need to get up. You need to pack it up and get out of here. Because who are you going to go to next? Who are you going to vibe with next? Iris is not thinking about you. You're chopped. So just beat it. Beat it and stop complaining and stop whining. Because you were, and listen, he did, I know you mentioned that earlier, you know, he was willing to chase Shelly because it meant he didn't need to do anything. Because as much as Shelly said she liked him, Shelly wants Ace to want her. So now that Shelly has Ace on her, she's happy. Shelly didn't want him and he didn't want her. They were a relationship of convenience, because if he wanted it, he would have went after it, and he never fully went after it. He never, forget about Taylor and his Woody Woodpecker pecks that he gives Olandria. Austin has never kissed Shelly outside of a challenge. Never. He's barely hugged her. He does not like her. He just doesn't want to look bad, or looks like he's not attracted to a black woman or not attracted to her, whatever it is. He's not interested in her. So crap, telling me crap. If Irish showed him a little bit of interest, he would be on the Irish train.
Not on the Irish train. Well, listen, Nook. I don't want you to waste all your energy on this yet, because we've got tomorrow to go. So you can join me tomorrow, bro. You can join me tomorrow when I go live and do this. But because there's more to talk about, of course. You know what I mean? And I think once we slept tonight, I'm gonna have more stronger thoughts towards this. I'll be able to break it down, because there was a conversation with Huda that I want to even tap back into, and that's why I said it was cheeky. I don't know what was going on, but Huda was telling the Olandria and Taylor that, oh, she's so used to Jeremiah giving her the reassurance, but with TJ she wasn't getting that. And I said, so wait, so he was treating you good? Is that what you're trying to tell us, Huda? You're trying to tell us that you actually were getting the reassurance, but you were complaining about you weren't getting that from him? I said, oh man, okay. So we gotta break some stuff down. You know, this is disappointing, not to the least, you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, audience, we're going back.
Yeah, their goodbye was epic. So that's a good discussion.
We definitely did too. So you can get your notes ready for that tomorrow. We'll discuss that. But I think there's a deeper aspect we have to talk about with that relationship. I also think they're doing her dirty by telling her not to talk to Jeremiah without real, because you're in the villa and it's so deep. It's hard, like they were so deep, so it's hard just to kind of disconnect immediately and not have no conversation. Like, so there is more that needs to be discussed. Do you know what I'm saying? I think, yeah, it feels weird. You know what I mean? I know it was toxic in terms of how she was behaving, and so I understand why the villa wanted to kind of separate them. But it also feels like, you know, people kind of saw them a little bit too strong. But I mean, it was toxic, so she had to go anyway. But yeah, we'll discuss that tomorrow. But listen, audience, we're gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna talk some more. So make sure you guys like and share and subscribing. Click on that bell button for notification of uploads as well. And we'll see you again soon. Much love, much appreciation. I'll get Sean back on here again. All right.